Welcome to Fifth Dimensional Life, Mass Human Awakening. Right now, there is so many incredible things going on. This is the most amazing time to be alive for all humanity. The conscious beings on this planet who are aware of their consciousness and the evolutionary massive jump that we're going through right now, we're being hit really hard with a lot of polarity and so many distractions as well. And it's really important to see these distractions and this polarization for what it is, and to harness the power that's inside of you and the training that you've had before you incarnated onto this low density third dimensional planet. And you are here, you are trained for this shift, for this time. And it's important for you to protect your energetic body, to be able to harness your energy, release any attachments that you have, release the karma that you have, forgive all wrongdoings in your life, release your fear, release your anxiety, and rise above the polarization, and really get into what your soul mission is, and be that person that you came here to be. We have a lot of things fighting against us, as I had mentioned, and there's two main things that I want to bring up today with that. And one is fear, the fear agenda. And I've talked about this, I think, in past videos. And reptilians, they feed off of our energetic state when we are in a fear state, when humans are in fear. We give off a different type of energetic frequency, which is called loosh, L-O-O-S-H. This is something that's been known for centuries, and it is very, very prominent in children, especially because their imaginations are so pure and their energetic bodies are so pure. And reptilians, malevolent entities like archons, those are sixth-dimensional demonic beings. There's also fourth dimensional, third dimensional demonic beings. They don't have a God spark like humans do, and they need to feed off of something else to survive. So when there is a push for fear through media or social cultural ideologies, whatever it may be, medical stuff, anything like that, you can sense this. This is their fear agenda, and it's because they are losing a lot of the children that they've been feeding off of for centuries. A lot of their underground bases have been destroyed, and more are getting destroyed right now. More of the children are being saved and taken out of harm's way, and a lot of them are dying off, and they're not dying through these sacrifices anymore. A lot of them are starving, or they're, whatever, however their souls are transitioning off of this planet. They're being released from the karmic cycle that they've been trapped in for eons. Some of them have been trapped in this for many, 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 many lifetimes. And it is such a great time that they are being freed, because now they can come back and incarnate as a crystalline being and have an actual soul journey and soul mission that will help their soul progress. So release the fear. Look between the lines and see what is something that is creating fear in people. And when you can see it for what it is, you can release that fear away and send it white light, white loving, pure crystalline light to neutralize that fear. We have this power within us, and it is so important for us to acknowledge it and harness it and use it, because nobody else, the people who are not consciously aware of this, are the ones who are feeding these malevolent entities now. And the push for fear is on. It is hardcore. So it's important for us to neutralize this by sending white loving light, and also through transmuting this. If you feel a negative entity around you or negative attachment, you have the power to transmute this. I've been doing this a lot. There's a lot of negative entities that have come around to me, and I just go up to them and hug them and love them. And a lot of times, either they'll run away or like fly away, or they will transmute. They will literally just kind of shoot up or go into like a crystalline state. And that is them transmuting. And a lot of these malevolent entities are ready to transmute back into source energy. They have been stuck in these karmic cycles for many eons as well, and they don't want to continue on this journey. Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of them don't, though. And it is part of our jobs as awakened conscious beings that are high vibrational, high powered, beautiful souls, to help neutralize and to also help transmute this negative malevolent energy and this fear into pure loving source energy. And this will all help the crystalline grid system come into effect. It'll help Mother Gaia as well on her transitional journey. She is ready to give birth to a new Earth. Literally, she's going to be going through a lot of birth pains coming up here, and going to be going into labor and bringing in this new Earth. And the more crystalline, loving light energy and neutralization that is here on this planet, the smoother that birthing transition will be to the new Earth. So the second thing is polarity. There's a lot of polarization that's going on, and this is because we live in a dual universe. There's the yin and yang, the good and bad, the everything, there's the two sides to it. And when we are polarized, we get into a state that is not, we're on one side or the other. We're not able to be in the higher level of consciousness, in this fifth dimensional consciousness, where there isn't as much polarity that exists. It's more neutral. We want to get to that neutral state. So there's a lot of polarization going on with race, gender, religion, medical stuff, the shot, the political systems, all of these things. This is the polarization agenda. There's the fear agenda and there's the polarization agenda. If we are polarized, we are divided. And this makes us weaker. If you are polarized on one side or the other side, you are not at your full consciousness state, your full level of being able to get into 5D and the crystalline system. So again, you want to release the polarization, and no matter what it is, we all have our viewpoints on things, and that's great. But at the end of the day, don't let it divide you. We need to be together as one. We need to accept each other as one. We need to forgive each other as one. Release the karma, release the fear, release the anxiety, and just connect in with yourself, connect in with the universe, and release all of that polarity. And know that we are all one, and we are all loving crystalline beings, one together. That is the focus, and it's so important to shift that focus now. Now, I want to talk about some other things that are really exciting that are going on right now. There's disclosure happening, and it's been happening for quite a few years as well, but we're getting closer and closer and closer all the time. There's more news reports of these triangle-shaped ships and Lots and lots of UFO sightings. If you go to MUFON, it's MUFON. You can just Google it. There's also GUFON, GUFON. This is the Mutual UFO Network, and they actually have a UFO tracker, and it traces all of the UFO sightings around the world, particularly in America. Every month they have all of the new updates coming out, and there's more now than there ever has been. But the thing is, a lot of these ships, especially that triangle-shaped craft, those are owned by the U.S. military. They are not UFOs, they are spacecrafts, also known as the Hawk, HAUC. You can also look up that Google patent by Salvatore Pais. He's an incredible inventor, U.S. military guy as well. And these crafts, the U.S. government knows what they are. And they're playing this game of trying to polarize people, trying to push people with fear, trying to confuse people, which puts people in kind of this in-between third dimensional, fourth dimensional state of consciousness. And that makes people susceptible to these malevolent entity attacks and attachments, where they literally feed off of human energy and they suck the life force out of them. And when this has gone so far, they can kill people just by sucking the life force out of them. And I've seen this happen. I've removed these attachments from people. I've removed them from myself. I've had them removed through body talk and through just energetic exercises. So heighten your awareness to these things, to what's going on behind the curtain, behind the veil, and raise your consciousness level up to a place where you are not polarized, you're not fearful, you are completely neutralized, and you can be one with yourself and the universe, and be able to harness the existing DNA inside of your body and activate it. Because right now we're going through a massive DNA activation, which is so incredible. We're going from the double helix to a 12-strand DNA system. This is going to take about 900 plus years or so for it to happen, but many humans are actually at a 3 or 4 state of DNA strands right now. I'm at about a 7 or 8 level, and that's why there's this push as well for DNA altering bioorganisms or technology through the shot that people are getting. And this is obviously causing a lot of fear and polarization, but at the end of the day, you have to be aware that your brain, your consciousness affects your DNA. If you have to take that shot or have to do something or be around people who have taken that, or if you feel a lot of polarization with this, you have the ability to control it. You are in the driver's seat of this. And I highly recommend to listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza's information on brain and heart coherence and DNA activations, DNA altering meditations as well, because we have the power within us to alter our DNA and to also talk to our cells and our DNA strands within our body and say, nothing but my own brain will affect what's in my body. Nothing from outside of me will harm me. I am totally safe, healthy, happy, and fully in control of my DNA and my cellular being and my energetic being. Put yourself in control. Don't give your power away to other people or the government or medical professionals or your friends and family. Ultimately, you are in control of your own body. And we've been told, basically programmed our whole lives and for centuries as well, that it's a chance game. It's a luck of the draw, or oh, you have to take this thing, take this medicine or these pharmaceutical drugs. It's going to help you or it's going to make you better. But we are the placebo. Our brain is the placebo effect. Dr. Joe Dispenza has a book on we are the placebo. And once you have the awareness of that too, nothing can harm you. You will be able to walk out fearless, no matter what comes to you, and be in full control of your whole body and your system, all of your systems working simultaneously together. So there's also some really interesting things coming out technologically wise, and I wanted to bring up David Wilcock. He had some incredible downloads the past few months of this highly advanced ET technologies, and what he's been talking about is some different potential dates and things for full disclosure to happen, or partial disclosure more likely. It was supposed to be June 1st. He's kind of saying, it's probably going to get pushed back. But the important thing is that we don't have to wait for a government or politicians or like anyone to have disclosure for us. We can make it happen ourselves and take it into our own hands to make it happen as well. And there's various ways of doing this by connecting inward, connecting to who we are, remembering who we are. This is so important. What our soul missions are, what our past lifetimes have been, because we've all lived many, 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 many past lifetimes to get here, to be manifested and incarnated on this planet, to be awakened consciously and evolving consciously. There's a lot of beings that want to be here at this time, and only certain ones that are highly advanced are here. And we forget this when we're born. This is part of the third dimensional low density planet, is that once we go through the veil, it's like the veil of forgetfulness when we're born. And it is a cosmic law that this happens. Now, there are very few people that their consciousness is open to a certain degree where they can remember past lifetimes. And we all have the ability to get to that state where we can remember who we are, what our training is. A lot of us are warriors. Like myself, I was an angelic being in past lifetimes, and one of those was an angelic warrior being. I literally remember going through a lot of training for this. We all have light weapons as well, and we're all fighting battles in the astral realm too. Anyways, we've all gone through different types of training before we came and incarnated in this lifetime that we're currently in right now. So it's important for us to go inward, to heighten our level of consciousness, to raise our vibration, and protect our energy, be able to learn how to harness your energy properly, connect in with your power centers, also known as your chakra system. And that system is going from 7 to a 12 chakra system as well. You might notice some issues that you've been having with your ears or your eyes, or headaches or exhaustion. These are all symptoms of your DNA, your neurological pathways, and your energy centers evolving through this incredible evolutionary jump that we're all experiencing right now, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. The more aware you are of it, the easier you can make this transition. Or if you're a bit too hasty, it can be really, really intense. It can come on very intensely. And that's why, again, it's so important to do these meditations to get into the brain and heart coherent state, like Dr. Joe Dispenza describes in his meditations, which is basically like harnessing the natural chemical processes that we have in our body. We have our pineal gland in our brain, which releases dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. It's a highly intoxicating chemical reaction that happens, and it gets you to altered states of consciousness. This is the gateway, the doorway into the fifth dimension. And when used properly, you can heal your body, you can control your DNA, your cellular activity, you can do anything. You can, astral travel through this. You can go into past lifetimes. You can access the Akashic records in the eighth dimension. You can do remote viewing better than you ever have been before in your lifetime, and any of your human lifetimes for that fact. There's also the thymus gland in the heart, which also can open and release these chemicals as well. Just like the sexual organs and your genitals, you have these glands in your heart and in your brain. And when you fully open your heart, or you can open your energetic center of your heart, which is your heart chakra, and your pineal gland in your brain, which is basically like your third eye, and also connects outward with the crown chakra as well. Connecting in with these and being able to harness that power that goes throughout your body. This is how you get into 5D consciousness, and while being also aware of neutralizing any fear, any karma, any polarity that exists in your mind. This is how you win the game. This is how you get into 5D and stay in 5D. And it's totally normal to have the ebb and flow of life where you go back and forth a bit. You are still human. You are having a human experience as well, and enjoy it, because there are other incarnations that you go through where you don't get to feel things. You don't get to eat food. So try this and practice it daily. Practice it every day. This was something extremely important that ETs had told me and showed me how to do these things. And they said, do it consistently. Consistency is the key. And the more you do it consistently, the further you'll progress. And the safer you'll progress as well, too, through this. Because you can get really intense downloads. And it's cool that Dr. Joe Dispenza even talks about these downloads. He's measured these downloads on brain scans as well. It's just absolutely incredible to see what a lot of the etheric teachings have been teaching us for many eons and centuries, and then Dr. Joe Dispenza has actually been able to scientifically measure it through his technology that he's using. It's just fascinating what has come out of this. So be very choosy with your energy as well, and put your energy, your extremely valuable energy, into the things that are going to make the largest difference for you. And that's very important, because there are a lot of people that are being mesmerized right now. If they're asleep, that's kind of one term. It's not totally fitting, because they have a lower level of consciousness, and they're actually trapped in a mesmerization, this trance system that the media has created. Ultimately, it's a CIA agenda, malevolent entity agenda, that's keeping people stuck in this lower vibrational consciousness level. And see it for what it is, and send those people just white light and love, and don't even get into a fight with them. Don't waste your precious energy on them, because they're not going to be able to level up until they're ready, until their soul is ready. And everyone's here on their own soul journey, and you have to respect that. And you have to respect your own soul journey as well. Don't give away your power. Don't give away your energy, because you are so valuable. You're so valuable to bringing in the new earth, the new crystalline system, heightening the level of consciousness in you so that you can heighten it everywhere else as well. I want to touch on the crystalline system as well. And I've been shown this for the last few years from higher vibrational entities and interdimensional beings and extraterrestrials. There's been various groups that have kind of shown me this, and it's working. They started showing me it with the egregore systems. These are the collective thought form systems that are throughout the world. And these ones are kind of the third higher level, like in the sky. They kind of look like these misty clouds, energetic misty clouds. And they are two or more people's consciousness, or like collective thought forms together. And it's like a vibrational frequency of, what those people are thinking and feeling. So a lot of the egregore systems are having a lot of fear put into those, and we have the ability to alter and change those and neutralize that fear, transmute that negative energy. So when you're in your meditations, you can also work with these egregore systems and transmute them. You want to ground yourself into the center sun, and connect in with Gaia. And then you connect into your crown chakra, up into source energy. Bring that source crystalline energy throughout your body, back down into the center sun, and bring it back up to your energy center in your sacral chakra, up into your solar plexus chakra, and out all around you, like your golden egg, your 3-layered energetic protective egg that's around you. And from there, you can bring in unlimited amounts of crystalline energy from source and spread it out all around you. Spread it throughout the room that you're in, the home that you're in, or apartment or building that you're in. Spread it out through the neighborhood that you're in, through the city or the town. Spread it out through the state or the province, your regional area. Spread it out through the country you're in. Spread it out through the part of the world that you're in. Then spread it out through the whole world, and up, way high into these egregore systems, and transmute and neutralize all the low density energy. So there's 3 planes of this. There's the higher up egregore systems. There's the earth plane, the energetic one that we're on. And then there's also the lowest level, which is under the earth, in a lot of these underground tunnels, and getting closer to the center sun, the core of the earth. And a lot of these, the lower level is really extremely low density energy, very, very negative, malevolent, heavy energy, where a lot of the reptilians have been. That's where their home is been for many eons, because they were forced to live down there, and they have done all their rituals down there, and trafficking and everything down there. So it's important to connect with these 3 different types of systems and neutralize, transmute all of this low negative energy into crystalline, pure, loving, higher vibrational energy. This is a key to the transition of our world into the new earth. This is something that you can use your energy to transmute everything. This is such a positive way that you can override the system, override their negative agendas by taking the power into your own hands. There's also the portal systems, the natural portal systems that exist on this planet. There's some huge ones that are all being activated right now, and you can also harness the activation energy into that, transmute any negative energy that's going through that, and help raise vibration of this. This is what we need to be focused on right now. Elizabeth April, her YouTube channel is amazing, and her podcast, she just put out a new book as well. She has gone through a few of the portal activations in a few of her recent videos, and they're just absolutely amazing, like through Buckingham Palace, and there was another large portal system throughout Russia, and it's just amazing what's going on behind the scenes of things, and how we as light workers, we can harness our own pure source energy that's coming through us, and transmute and help the world get to a higher consciousness plane, and help us all ascend, even the ones that are stuck in this mesmeric trance mode. They're not, we can't help them by force or by reasoning with them or putting logic in front of them, because they're like sleepwalkers. You can't wake up a sleepwalker. It's like dangerous to wake them up. They get hostile. They get really defensive. So do the workaround. This is the workaround for this, is to transmute the negative energy systems that are causing the mesmerization, that are causing the polarity, the karmic low density energy. They're putting out the fear. You want to neutralize the source of those systems to bring in the new earth. And so with that, I really hope that you take these lessons and you use them for the betterment of yourself, for your soul progression, and also for the betterment of this planet. And I look forward to creating more of these videos. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. And I wish you the very, very highest vibrational love and connection with yourself and your past lifetimes, and getting to remember who you are and what your soul mission is here, because you were meant to be here at this time. We all have a higher purpose working for us or against us, but mainly for us. And I encourage you to seek that out and to reach your potential, rise up through this, and complete your soul mission.